and on a mission to celebrate Mid-Michigan. The lights are on at Studio 10.
Welcome to Studio 10 today. I'm Nicole Buckman.
And I'm Rochelle LeGrand, and thank you everybody for kicking off your weekend with us.
That's right, we made it to Friday.
Finally, Friday!
Yes.
Festivities shall begin.
That's right, we made it, but the warm weather did not make it with us.
We're going to leave them behind. It was nice while it lasted.
It did.
But you know what? We have better things in store. There's always better things ahead now.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. And speaking of, better things ahead are coming literally in this show today because we love highlighting local artists of all kinds right here in Mid-Michigan. And today we're going to get to know a game designer, Phil Chase, and he's giving us quite an interesting artist approach because he's going to talk about the educational games that he's designed to make math fun for everyone. So he's going to talk about how he put those two elements together into a lot of different board games. Team Digger right here.
Oh, I like
You're
that.
advancing your knowledge of STEM. So really exciting.
Yes.
But that's not all. This week also officially kicked off the beginning of Lunar New Year, marking 2026 as the year of the fire horse. So later in the hour, we're going to give you some details about an exciting cultural celebration concert happening this Sunday. It's hosted by Michigan State Music Department. So we're going to tell you how you can be a part of that as well.
Yes, and we hope your weekend isn't too booked up just yet. We just mentioned a great concert to go to, but later in the hour, we're going to have some other events that are happening right here in Mid-Michigan, from fish fries to a trip to the movies. Definitely stay tuned for today's 517 Friday.
All right, and let's get this 517 Friday kicked off.
That's right, and we're going to kick it off with our daily segment, Today's Talkers, where we are finally in the home stretch, the weekend, the final weekend of what's been a very exciting 2026 Winter Olympic Games. It's been absolutely so much fun to watch nearly 3,000 men and women from 92 different countries competing for gold throughout dozens of sports.
And as it stands right now, the USA is in second place in the overall medal count with 9 gold medals, 12 silver medals, and 67 bronze medals for a combined 27, trailing only to Norway, who has 37. Okay, but Italy isn't too far behind us with 26. You don't know what can happen. Okay, these numbers are changing in real time, literally every single moment. So let's just hope the USA can continue bringing home the gold medals and bronze as we wrap things up this weekend. But maybe you have been following, maybe you haven't been too much, but if you have, there's been quite some amazing and historic moments happening so far in these Olympic Games.
That's right. A lot of them have been happening kind of during Studio 10, but which has been good. I mean, but yeah, exactly.
Would we know?
No, we don't. But it's been fun to watch, and I know a lot of times too we can watch it like in prime time in the evenings as well. But a big moment that a lot of people are still talking about is kind of that comeback story for the ages. We're talking about Team USA's Alyssa Liu, because for the first time in 24 years, Team USA has finally won an individual gold medal in women's figure skating at just 24 years old. A triumphant performance on Thursday in Milan really sealed the deal for this California native. I'm so proud of her.
That's right. And this all comes after she retired from the Olympics in Beijing 4 years ago. And she said her return to the ice felt just right. Now, if you were able to watch her performance, you can just see the passion that a lot of athletes like Alyssa experience when they have an opportunity to perform on such a global stage like this. So big congratulations, Alyssa. We love seeing Team USA make their mark on the ice.
That's right. And it's absolutely incredible that she was able to make this comeback, because once you're kind of sometimes done with skating, it's hard to pick it back up. And what's really cool too is that she came back on her own terms. She said in multiple interviews that she's like, I'm not going to skate unless I do it for myself, on my own time, in my own skating practice. So that's why, you know, a lot of people have been using that word passion when you see her on the ice, because you know she's doing it for herself, not for her coach, not for her parents, but for herself. But since it's the Winter Olympics, of course, there are multiple opportunities that you have to make your mark on the ice. We mentioned figure skating, but what about hockey? As we speak, Team USA men's hockey team is about to face off against Slovakia for a trip to the gold medal round on Sunday. But as for the women, girl power, because we have already won the gold. Yes, millions were able to tune in yesterday as Team USA beat Canada in an overtime thriller.
But this one was pretty intense, okay? For the first time since 2018, U.S. women's hockey received their first gold medal, and it was Farmington, Michigan native Megan Keller who scored the overtime game-winning medal.
Gonna have some fun, I wanna play. Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. Fun to play, anytime, any place, at any pace. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes. It's instant fun for everyone. And now you can multiply your fun with our newest games with $171 million in total prizes.
This President's Day, you can wait for a sale price. Or you can get the best price every day at Bob's.
And more of what you love.
More storage and more power.
More comfort and more choices.
Even more years on that precious mattress warranty.
All for hundreds less than the competition.
I cannot tell a lie. Bob's is the obvious choice.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
During his time in Milan, with several hilarious videos getting more than 150,000 views, asking for Valentine's dates, recreating iconic movie scenes as well.
You can check them all out yourself on TikTok at Nick Baumgartner USA. He's actually almost up to 29,000 followers. And most notably, he was interviewed by Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, where he revealed that he wasn't married, and they both decided to give Nick some relationship advice. Isn't that nice, okay? Snoop said that since he's in Italy, that means you can't look for love. You have to let love find you. I like that. I could see Snoop saying that.
Yeah, exactly. And the clip is so funny because he's also wearing a hat in it, and Martha Stewart's like, the first step is maybe taking off that hat. She's harsh, and he's like, well, what if some of us might be balding, you know, or losing that hair?
That's it. That's a look for some people.
Exactly. But he also added that he should be, quote, keep doing what he's doing, and that magnet of love is going to attract itself to him. So we'll see how that all works out. But on Monday, we're going to give you that final medal count update as a result for Team USA. Yes. But back here in Mid-Michigan, it's time to get into our health and wellness segment, Aging Untold. This time, we're kind of shifting our focus to cancer, as cancer has been a long time seen as like a disease of older Americans, but now it's striking a younger generation. For the first time ever, women under 65 are more likely to develop cancer than men their age.
And also, diagnoses among middle-aged women are rising. So in this Aging Untold Extra, Tisha Powell gives an in-depth look at how we got here.
Cancer was not on my radar, not at all.
Not on her radar, but it found her nonetheless. In August 2020, Lynn Bear learned she had endometrial cancer, the most common type in the uterus. The North Carolina native was just 54 at the time.
It's sort of like your world stops for a moment.
According to the American Cancer Society, diagnoses have increased each year for the last 2 decades. Aging Untold expert Dr. Ray Rogers explains why this is happening.
There's an overload of hormones that start at a very young age, so that's longer in your body. You have more access to toxins, which disrupt those hormones, and the way that you can get rid of them, you have more sugar consumption in the diet and processed foods, ultra-processed foods, which are very inflammatory, and sleep disruption and stress. All those things culminate in inflammation. But when it's chronic, it's a whole other set of problems, and that gives way to a lot of medical diseases. Cancer just happens to be one of them.
The number of new cases is rising for many common cancers women face, including breast, liver, and pancreatic cancers. And for women under 50, they're now almost twice as likely to develop cancer than their male counterparts, with thyroid cancer a major contributor to the increase.
Thyroid is very common in women, as are other autoimmune disorders. So the body just starts to find the weakest organ and it starts to attack it.
Lynn is doing her part to fight against cancer. She joined a Duke Cancer Institute clinical trial months after her diagnosis. It's testing immunotherapy combined with chemotherapy for endometrial cancer. Lynn says she feels lucky to be alive and determined to make a difference.
Oh, it's everything. You know, the opportunity to keep doing things, to watch my family grow, is everything.
Well, Aging Untold, a brand new talk show, premieres right here on WILX TV 10 on Monday, March 2nd at 2:30 p.m.
That's right. And right now you can actually find more resources on the Aging Untold homepage at WILX.com/news/Aging Untold.
But Let's get things started on this fabulous Friday. We've got an artist approach on deck. So up next, we're getting to know game designer Phil Chase. He's going to tell us how he's combining games, fun, STEM, all in one. You got to stick around after the break to see it all.
That's right. And also, it is the first Fish Fry Friday of the season. On Facebook, we asked you to tell us, where's your favorite mid-Michigan fish fry? There's still time to let us know. We want to hear from you, but don't go anywhere on this Friday.
Missed a segment? Subscribe to our YouTube page to catch up.
Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. Fun to play, anytime, any place, at any pace. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes, it's instant fun for everyone. And now you can multiply your fun with our newest games with $171 million in total prizes.
This President's Day, you can wait for a sale price. Or you can get the best price every day at Bob's.
And more of what you love.
More storage and more power.
More comfort and more choices.
Even more years on that precious mattress warranty.
All for hundreds less than the competition.
I cannot tell a lie. Bob's is the obvious choice.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
We have a unique type of artist approach for you all today. We are going behind the game that will open our eyes to science, technology, engineering, and math. And Phil Chase, the mastermind behind the game, is showing us how simply fun learning can really be. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Well, Phil, you designed the game Digger's Garden Match and Team Digger. Tell us what these games are all about.
These are ostensibly kids' games, but they have kind of a learning edge to them. Sure, they're fun, but I designed both of them with geometry as well as cooperative learning in mind.
Okay, well, that's great to know. Well, let's learn a little bit more about you and how you designed these games. What got you into this industry?
I think, like, when I was a kid, my dad loved board games and it's been in the blood. But I think as I grew up, I had friends that just loved all kinds of just different complex board games, things like that. I've been designing board games since about 2000, come up with all kinds of nutty ideas for board games. But it was a natural infusion between me being a teacher and me wanting to do something that's kids' games and more education related. And then I would often think about things that I wanted kids to learn. I thought, well, rather than just do it on a chalkboard or a whiteboard, how do I get them to have fun with it?
So talk a little bit more about how you bridge these two worlds together from being a game designer and an educator.
It was almost a natural fit, to be honest with you, because I had a natural creativity with my classes. I was a middle school teacher for a long time, language teacher, but I also taught all kinds of stuff. I've been, I actually worked for the Michigan Department of Education for a long time too. And so anytime that I would see a student get an aha moment or something they learned, would open their mind, I'd think, okay, how can I draw that out some more? And so, again, being creative with my own lessons, getting them to have attention and like enthusiasm about something, just a natural fit. So I took something from my own life, my personal life that I'm enthusiastic about, good board games, and I said, well, peanut butter and chocolate. How do we get those things to, to mix?
I like that analogy too.
Exactly.
Okay,
So,
you don't know. You don't
exactly.
realize it actually tastes pretty good.
That's right.
But now, as an educator, like you said, you spend so much time in the classroom. What did you find was the hardest part about teaching some of these subjects to the students?
So we're talking science, technology, engineering, and math. And I was a language teacher by trade, but over my career, I taught many different things. I did teach computer programming for a while, web design, things like that. And one of the things that I thought was, I wouldn't say the hardest, but it was an opportunity. It was a challenge that brought an opportunity.
Okay.
Getting kids to learn together, to work together for a common aim or a common goal, how they could work on each other's ideas and then trade an idea between them or make a decision between them. Believe it or not, it sounds easy maybe for us adults to do, but for kids, they need to learn skills. Those are actual skills. So the cooperative learning was a really big thing with me always. I always had like kids learning from other kids. Maybe we had like tutoring, things like that. All of that was watching them like teach each other. I decided I wanted a game that did that, or I wanted that to be true in my games. So Digger's Garden Match, both games do this, but Digger's Garden Match is one that's a heavy emphasis on cooperative learning and how to make collective decisions to work toward a goal. And honestly, we can talk about science, technology, engineering, math in terms of hard numbers, but we do need to talk about people, actually working as teams, because that's how we have the world today. We can't do all this stuff unless we work as a team.
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say, learning how to work as a team, that's one challenge in itself. But making it fun on top of that?
Exactly.
That's another challenge that's presenting itself too.
Yeah.
So you've been in the game design industry almost just as long too. So when the kids actually start grasping these concepts, talk about what that aha moment
It's exciting to see. I think that's why any teacher out there, if any teacher within the range of my voice will go, oh yeah, it's all about that opening up the brain moment, where then they realize also the students push through something they thought they couldn't do, and they get a whole new level of confidence, they get a whole new level of maturity, and that's lovely to see. So if there was a lesson that I could provide that they felt that about themselves, great. But now if there's a board game they can play that they feel that about themselves, even better.
Yeah, especially if they feel like their child is struggling in one of these different areas. How can they get their hands on your game?
Simplyfun.com. I don't sell them myself. I am a designer of a couple of their board games, but they're a wonderful, wonderful game company to work with, especially because they truly have the heart of the child in mind. And you will see that when you go to the website.
All right, and we have that information listed below. But Phil, thanks for coming in and showing us that STEM truly can be fun.
That's right. That's right. It's out there. And we got to have kids help. We got to have kids learn how to do it. Yep. Thank you for having me.
Well, there's still more Studio 10 straight ahead on this Friday. This week officially kicks off the beginning of Lunar New Year, and MSU students are celebrating in a very, very bold way. We're going to tell you all about their upcoming Lunar New Year concert happening this Sunday, and we'll have all those musical details after the break.
Enjoying Studio 10? Give us your feedback by emailing us studio10@wilx.com.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roar and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live. We are Henry.
Lunar New Year, marking 2026 as the year of the fire horse. Chinese communities globally are celebrating this year that symbolizes energy, strength, and bold action.
And the Michigan State Music Department is celebrating the holiday in a very bold way with their Lunar New Year celebration concert this Sunday. It's titled Nature, Music, and Convergence, and it promises to be one that celebrates the past, present, and future of Chinese music. Check it out. Music has a way of telling stories and keeping them alive.
I think for any culture, music is huge, right? It's not only a way of expressing emotions and art, but it's also a way of passing along stories, right? Stories in music form, or recounting tradition in a way that people will remember.
Five years ago, MSU music professor Yvonne Lamb wanted to start a new tradition for MSU students and give them a home away from home.
I looked around the student population here. There's a lot of Asian students, and there was no formal celebration or acknowledgement of Lunar New Year, which is the biggest holiday there is.
So she launched the Lunar New Year celebration concert that combines the traditions of Chinese music, culture, and food.
So I thought, well, you know, not only should we celebrate it, but we should find some music that represents Asian composers. There is a lot. And so that was sort of the founding principle behind the concert, and also to have food afterwards, because you can't celebrate Lunar New Year without food.
And this Sunday's concert features traditional Chinese folklores with a mix of Chinese and Western songs. For the first time, they're welcoming a special guest performance with ancient Chinese instruments.
Chong Deng she's a master of these instruments that are very ancient, 2,500 years old, 3,000 years old of history behind the zheng and the qin. And these are zithers. They're basically zithers. One has 21 strings, it's huge, and it has movable bridges. Qin is a 7-string zither, which is a little bit older and smaller. So she's playing a whole concert of traditional Chinese music, folk songs and folk tunes.
But she's not the only one taking the stage.
And I've also put together a student ensemble, chamber ensemble, to accompany her on a concerto featuring this instrument that she actually commissioned. So this is a new piece. So it's a wonderful opportunity to have the coming together of these two traditions. I'm always reluctant to ask students to do extra work. They were volunteering for this. They were very happy to be a part of this.
Especially one student who says this music reminds him of the family he's been missing.
I've been studying in the US for like 10 years. I really got the chance to go back to China during this time of the year. So now I feel like this is the time like I miss home, and this Lunar New Year always reminds me like who I am and who I miss during this time.
Z, a second-year MSU music doctoral student, is conducting this year's concert and is excited to reconnect with his roots. But this concert is actually the first time he's conducting Chinese music.
In Chinese music, there's more freestyle, so we are basically like following each other and listening to each other. And sometimes for the Western music, some parts is very square, so we just like everybody together, here is the beat.
But even with new sheet music, the chords and the stories feel like a familiar melody.
And personally, I think, because I'm from China, so the Chinese music is very like speaking to me, so sometimes I would get very emotional, and I feel it's like a storytelling like moment for me to like share the music on stage, even with the players that we have, because many of them also this is their first time to like play the Chinese music with us.
They've been rehearsing traditional songs like The Fragrance of Jasmine and combining Western and Chinese styles together.
So this is like a more like on the Western side, like how the Western composers puts the music together, compose the new music for these instruments and the Western instruments together. So this is the way how it goes, yeah.
Not only do these pieces have an impact on Z, but also on Yvonne.
He really took charge here, and he's organized the rehearsals, and he's put everything together. He's my hero for this for this concert.
Z tells me that this concert is not only a way to honor the music and stories of the past, but represents where music across the world is going into the future.
It feels like all these cultures are start to mixing together and combine to create a new form of music to present to the audience. So that's what I want the audience to see.
Wow, we can see it and hear it really well. Absolutely amazing, and such talented students.
Yeah, all of them, absolutely. And the concert is this Sunday at Cobb Hall. Tickets can be purchased at the link below. And Professor Lam also says to make sure that you stick around after, because you'll truly be immersed in Chinese culture with all the food it is that they have. So make sure you stick around for that too.
There you go, dinner and a show. Yes. There you go, we love it. Well, don't go anywhere just yet. We have a few more great events happening right here in mid-Michigan this weekend, from fish fries to a trip to the movies. When we come back, we're going to have 517 Friday.
And if you missed a segment or you want to rewatch anything it is that you like today, make sure you follow and subscribe to us on all of our social media. Just type in WI Like Studio 10. You'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You'll see our segments, our giveaways, plus a whole lot more, so make sure you stick around. And don't forget another way you can watch Studio 10 every single day. You can catch us in all of our newscasts at any time by downloading the free WI Lex app on Roku, Fire TV, or Apple TV. We'll be right back.
Missed a segment? Subscribe to our YouTube page to catch up.
This President's Day, I'm at Bob's with our highly rated Beaumont bedroom.
And I'm at the Jensen's, who bought this similar set from the competition.
Both bedrooms use modern manufacturing techniques for durability, but ours has more finishes, headboard lighting, and costs over $1,000 less. Plus, we've got Lincoln, and they've got Fillmore, who literally ran for the Know Nothing party.
That tracks.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah? Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall cabinet?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Welcome back into Studio 10 and happy 517 Friday. Like every weekend in Mid-Michigan, there are some great events happening right in our own backyard.
So don't make any plans just yet. We've got you covered, okay? Starting with the trip to the movies. Celebration Cinema is celebrating Black History Month by showing 2 terrific Academy Award nominated films. And one of these movies is Selma, a historical drama directed by Ava DuVernay, and this is a film that takes place in 1965 during the aftermath of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. It's the story of Dr. Martin Luther King's campaign to secure equal voting rights for Black Americans and an epic protest in March from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. So we have a star-studded cast. You'll definitely want to make sure you see all of that too.
And another option at Celebration Cinema is the story of the legend Jackie Robinson, played by Chadwick Boseman. Jackie famously made history by becoming the first African-American Major League Baseball player back in the 1940s. And Harrison Ford plays Brooklyn Dodgers manager Branch Rickley, who signed Jackie to his team. Both of these films can be seen at Celebration Cinema beginning today for just $6. There's going to be various showtimes all week long. More information, of course, is available at celebrationcinema.com. But that sounds like a great opportunity to do.
Absolutely. 2 great movies, and also another great Mid-Michigan event. The second Six-Legged Saturday is happening tomorrow at the MSU Buckhouse. So enjoy a free, family-friendly open house where you can explore all sorts of insects from around the world.
And the event is located in room 147 of the Natural Science Building on MSU's campus. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. featuring a special insect story time at 10:30. So that's something fun to do on a Saturday. But of course, we have to get into what's happening tonight as well. The first Friday of Lent, fish fries are all the rage. And there's so many great options in Mid-Michigan that go, you want to get your deep fried or maybe some of that baked fish.
And here's just a few, okay? So take a look at your screen. Get a pen and paper out, start writing them down. There's countless churches and communities hosting fish fries tonight and every Friday from now until Good Friday, happening all across the greater Lansing area.
And most of them do both dine-in and carry-out options too, so if you don't want to sit there, you can obviously grab some carry-out and bring it home, but a lot of them are pretty generous with the amount of food that you get too. It's making me hungry right now for some fish and some French fries. Yes, but we're going to have to highlight some of these throughout Lent. We got to get some fish in here.
Come on. Get me?
Yeah, I think so. All right. Well, keeping on the theme of Fish Fry Fridays, it's time to hear from you. We did ask you about some of your favorite. Here are some of your responses.
Yeah, well, Christine says St. James in Mason. Judy says K of C in St. John's. Craig says Grand Ledge, American Ledge. Roger says Roadhouse Bar, that's in Jackson. And Emily says the Napoleon Cafe.
Ooh.
Take a picture of that, everybody, okay? Because let me tell you this, take a look at that. That's quite a lot of them, okay?
Yes, exactly. Now you can, and then you can kind of go through and kind of make your own decisions as well.
Okay, right?
See who you're going to give a 10 out of 10. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know if this would go well with fish, but this is something maybe you can drink later this weekend.
You gotta just give it a little time period.
Yes.
Let the fish sit and then get your margarita.
Yeah, cleanse the palate before you dive into some margaritas, because Sunday is no. Sunday is National Margarita Day, so we're asking you to tell us your favorite flavor margarita. You can tell us right now on Facebook. We would love to hear from you. Also, too, let us know if you like salt or sugar.
Sugar.
I'm seeing me too. I'm a sugar gal. Yeah. Sugar on the rim. And you know, you do. You do a good job with that when you would make your little cocktails for
I am a little margarita, mommy. Yes, I
a mixologist right here. Well, coming up on Monday on Studio 10, we're going to be taking you to Anna's house to get a glimpse at their spring menu. And Chanel Henry is joining us for a little bit of a motivational Monday.
And we're giving you an opportunity to win a free trip with Cruise Planners. Tune in on Monday so you can see how. But until then, have a fabulous, fun 517 and a Fish Friday tonight, everybody.
That's right. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you Monday.